Well, it's the 8th of September, and this could be my last e-bike ride into Eagle Nest. It's Monday. On Sunday, I'm gonna be headed back to Artesia. So this, I won't 100% say it, but 90% this is gonna be the last one. I do this time make sure I'm fully charged. So I kind of wanted to go out. I made a couple of trips in the past to sort of go out of town a little bit and go by those houses that are way up there by the edge of the mountain. I think that would be pretty interesting. You know what else I'm going to do is, I don't think I've done this year. There's a development here right at the edge of town. You could certainly pretty easily walk into town from here. That's got basically 1 acre lots. And there's usually 1 or 2 for sale. To me, it's pretty remarkable that it's called Bear Mountain Estates, and it's up here on the right, and I'll take you over there. The lots are less than, between $45,000 and $50,000, and the water, sewage, and electric are all right at the sites, and I think it's just couple of $1,000 for just the hookup. And that's pretty inexpensive. And then you just need to build on it. And there's covenants for the development that require certain square footage, attached garage, things like that. You can't put an RV on it or a tiny house. You just can't. You have to build like a real house. But as we go through here, you'll see some of the houses people have built. And there's a lot of, you can see open lots with nothing built on them, but no for sale signs, which means someone owns them. The first one I ever noticed is right on this corner here. This lot was for sale last year, and I was drooling over it. It was $50,000. Someone's bought it since then. And there's lots on either side of the road here. And if I see a for sale sign, I'll point it out. I know there was one for about 47 or 48 for sale. And back here somewhere, I don't know if it's still for sale. There's a sign here where it says, yeah, there's a lot here for sale. So why so many lots with nothing built on them? Well, I'd only be guessing, but I think I got a couple of pretty good guesses. One is that people will buy them for speculation. If you go to some of the popular mountain towns in Colorado, land like this near a town could be up to 10 times this amount. So it's not a bad speculative move. The other thing is, I think new construction is very expensive in this part of the country. And it's really hard to even if you're willing to pay the high prices, to get a contract. So that's what I think. I think the one before that was for sale was right here, and I don't see a for sale sign anymore. But it could be at the end of the road here. We'll see. 2 years I've never seen one of these actual houses that are already built for sale. I do see a sign here. I think maybe this is the one I was thinking of. It's way back in the corner here. And one of the advantages of having one of these on the corner is you can, unlike in the middle here, you can go up to 2 stories. They don't want you going, I don't think they want you going there's height restrictions inside so you don't block anybody's view. So America West right here, the for sale sign. That's Stacy Ewing. I did on my channel, you see an interview with her. She's a really good real estate broker here in Eagle Nest. So it's looking like 2 lots for sale, unless I stumble across another one on my way out here. Guy just pulled in his place here. Very beautiful looking place. Wrap around porch, just gorgeous. So these properties have a great view of the lake and the surrounding mountains. You can tell it's fall is coming. It's 12/12, sunny skies, mild winds. In my t-shirt, I'm a little chilly. If you're like, hey, I want to buy one of those too, contact Stacy Ewing, E-W-I-N-G, Stacy Ewing, Realtor, Eagle Nest. You put that into your search engine and she'll pop up probably in 10 places. Over here in town here, she's right in town, right next to you'll see her sign right next to the Thai restaurant. And you'll be like, wait a minute, that's like a artist shop or gift shop. Well, it is. She owns that too, and her office is in the back of that. And if there's a gentleman there working there, that's her husband. What am I doing? I'm trying to get some bird crap off my mirror, and I just made it worse. Actually, so much worse, I'm going to stop and take my little cloth out of my pocket and try to fix that. I actually made it worse. I need to see who's coming up behind me. Oh, it's not perfect, but it'll have to do. We'll get some real cleaner on it when we get home. So it's September, it's after Labor Day, it's a Monday. It's gonna be pretty slow in town here. We just passed the Stacy Ewing's office there. So this is the road we're going to take to go out to the outskirts and hit that road that is going to take us to those houses I see that are right up nestled up against the foothills of the mountains. Big mountain. Baldy right there, and then the one next to it is called Touch Me Not Mountain. And the origin of that is Touch Me Not Mountain. Back in the gold rush days, had lots of mines, and people were warned to stay off the mountain, stay off other people's gold mine claims. So it was nicknamed Touch Me Not Mountain. And those houses I'm talking about are kind of at the base between those two mountains. So let's looks like it's a couple miles up there, and we got a full thing of electricity, and I'm pedaling a little bit, get a little bit more out of it. You know, one of the things I worry about doing these videos is people get tired of seeing the same old scenery over and over again. And the answer from in the comments, if I can believe the comments, and the viewership, the answer is no, they don't get tired of it. And I'll warn you, this is gonna, there's stabilization in this camera a little bit, but it's still, I think it's gonna be kind of bumpy. I think I'm gonna pull this down a little bit, so with the shorter stick on it, maybe the bumpiness will be a little less. Yeah, kind of bumpy. Well, I see another one of Stacy's for sale signs here on the right. American West property for sale. Over here on the right, there's beautiful views. And here's another one. I don't know if it's the same property. It could be the same property. Or it could be two different lots here. I don't know. Being done on the roof of that house. Big house. I like the design. I'm a big fan of wraparound porches. So throwback to the old days. Back before there was air conditioning, houses were built differently, especially especially in the more warmer climates. Where people in warm times would spend a lot of time living under a covered porch. Big windows designed for cross breezes inside, high ceilings to try to get the hot air rising and have the cooler air in the living space. This doesn't look like it on the camera, I'm sure, but it's a pretty constant incline here. And I'll go as close to these houses as it seems comfortable. I don't want to intrude on anyone's privacy. I bet they don't see many unrecognized vehicles or bicycles coming up this road. Looks like there's a lot here on the left. It's got no for sale sign, but I can see electrical driveway that's been done. Electrical back there. And then here on the right, there's another little driveway. Oh, there's a house back there. Compound. Meaning, all I mean by that is multiple buildings. And it's all looks like one residence. But there's a house there that's all the way up on the hill. I bet that view is amazing. Gonna need some pedal assist here. Not as terribly bumpy as I thought. Wouldn't you love to live out here? Looking over these beautiful meadows and mountains and the lake. This is something. Reminds me of North Idaho a little bit. You know, I lived for about 5 years and my brothers lived for about 50 years. 50 plus years. You know, here's the irony is, you know, Frank's lived, older brother Frank, has lived there 50 years on the same piece of land. He loves it there. So you think, he's the opposite of a nomad. Well, it's not exactly true. Or at least it hasn't always been true. The road for Eagle Nest Ranch. I know that's private. He went to Bucknell University in Pennsylvania, got a degree in civil engineering in the 60s. And his first job, you ready for this? Was he was like an entry-level position, but he was the assistant to a general contractor on kind of a big job in New York City and Manhattan. It was called the World Trade Center. So that's where he worked. And my father took me to visit him when I was a little tyke, and when we went to the job site, you didn't look up, you looked down. It was a big hole in the ground. I just remember the image of looking down in this big hole and, oh, guess what? The bike overheated. Isn't that something? Well, I'll finish telling the story. Maybe the bike will cool down. That's never happened before. I guess I've never been up this much of an incline. Well, I can walk it for a little while. See if it cools down. Looking down in that pit and seeing yellow dump trucks and other equipment way down there that looked like Matchbox toys. They were so far away. That was, but anyway, getting to my original point, when he quit that job, he was kind of a hippie. It was the 60s. He bought himself an old locksmith truck. He wasn't a locksmith. He converted it into a camper and just pointed it west and hit the road. There's my nomad background. And when he eventually bought that land that he's on now, there was no driveway or anything into it. He drove that van through the woods, parked it there, lived in that while he built his first little house there. When I get into town, I'm going to Google this. I've never heard about anybody's electric e-bike overheating. You feel the battery? Battery doesn't feel hot. Nothing feels really hot. Huh. But it did just shut down. It's flashing hot. Let's turn it off. Maybe turn it on again. Seems to be okay now. I wonder if it'll just trigger again, but I felt down by the battery. It felt fine. You tell I'm getting a little out of breath. It's a little embarrassing. Oh, it's saying hot again. It's saying hot, but it's still working. Huh. I've used this in much hotter temperatures. When I get up here, when I turn around, I can practically coast into town because it's all going to be pretty much downhill. We're almost there. It's almost like there's been a conspiracy to keep me from coming up here. Self-made, I'm sure. We're going to get close to the end here because we're getting close. About to get to the point where it's a little too close to these houses, but it really gives you an idea of what a beautiful spot this is up here. Oh, it shut down. Well, you know, I can probably Google it from up here. E-bike has hot message. What does that mean? Avoid long climbs at maximum assist or throttle. That's why. That's why it happened. So it's going to be far enough. We're getting close enough to those houses anyway. And boy, I can really see that was a long climb, and it didn't look like it coming up, but going down, it's kind of obvious. I overdid it. You want to do like long climbs using the throttle or heavy pedal assist, I think you got to spend a little bit more money and buy a more powerful bike with a bigger battery, not the entry level one like I have. And most of the time I'm just on flat ground on real short distances. This is unusual for me, so it makes sense. I got it turned, the whole bike's turned off now, and I can definitely coast all the way down here. Look at the lake from here. Look at that. Gorgeous. An eagle nest in the foreground. Boy, it looks a lot more like a hill going down than it was going up. I'll see if I can figure out on the map what my elevation change was. I have a feeling it's more significant than I anticipated. notice that I'm holding back on the speed. It's gravel, and you notice I'm not wearing a helmet, so I'm not going to go fast. You notice a big difference when I get to quartzite. I'll be riding my bike a lot to quartzite, and it's busy with a ton of traffic. So you're going to see this guy in a helmet every time you see me get on a bike. And I did forget my vest today. Shame on me. I should be wearing that yellow vest, and I completely forgot about it. It's home hanging up. I think by the time we get back into town here, it'll be cooled down enough so I can resume and turn the power back on. I got to wave. That's good. That's friendly. Because they might think, what is that guy doing on our road? And actually, if I remember right, when we make the turn down here to the paved road, I think it's still downhill into town. Now that I'm experiencing this hill that I'm on going this direction, I fully understand the mechanism saying, whoa, enough, stop. That's faster than I want to go. I just wanted to see how fast I'd go just coasting. And the answer is faster than I'm comfortable with. I've all the stuff that I've had in my camp outdoors is all packed away in the truck. There's only a couple things that I have to do. Believe I'll do it all Saturday afternoon. I'll hook everything up. I'll hook the trailer up. We'll be ready to go. And all I'll have to do when I get up Sunday morning is go through my checklist and drive away. just about here to the main road. We're on the appropriately named Soaring Eagle Drive. And then we're going on Willow Creek Drive. And sure enough, there it is. It's all downhill into town. Soaring Eagle Drive. All right, I'm not kidding. I turned it back on. No more hot message. I'm in pedal assist level 1, and I'm pedaling, and it all seems good so far. You know, I don't know how much everybody's talking about AI these days. And Chat GTP, I keep saying it wrong. Chat GPT is the one that's probably gotten the most press. It's the one I use. And often what I find it useful for is it basically is a much smarter, more thorough, much quicker internet search than I can do typing stuff in. It has a way of, on your prompt or question, of knowing what you're really after, and it knows what resources to go after to get the answer. So it's a lot more efficient than typing something in and getting pages and pages of results and trying to figure out which ones are relevant or reliable, or it does that for you. Then it gives you an answer that's pretty thorough and long. And in the answer, it gives you links for where they got the information. So if you're dubious about what you're being told, you can check the resource and see if you think it's reliable. It's pretty good stuff. So I just asked it out loud when you saw me, what's the hot message on my electric e-bike mean? And it actually got that answer from the electric e-bike website, and which I could have done, but not that fast. We're gonna have to navigate to the site, go to support, maybe type in a question or look at frequently asked questions. It would have taken a little while. But it ended up just being, we're gonna sneak up onto the sidewalk here. So we can stop in the park and let the motor rest a little bit longer before we go home. I see a little shady place we can stop over here. Yay! It's nice and cool in the shade here. Nice and peaceful. I'm going to guess the temperature is 70 with a breeze that is barely got, I'm looking at flags and they're barely fluttering. It's pretty ideal. I'm breathing in where I am just because I know I only have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I got 5 more full days here. And then I'll be gone until next June. It's pretty amazing to think about. Wow. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the ride today, and it was kind of a little bit of a challenge, but I had fun, and I hope you did too. Take care.